Okay.
Reintroduce.
Hi, friends.
Hi, friends.
Hi.
So, I know you guys have questions. Why is Megan censored this episode? Did she do something wrong? Did Sean make a mistake in the editing process? The answer is no. Casper Jr. has just been a little clingy today. A little just attached to mom like Velcro. And instead of putting him down and having this screaming baby all episode, we just decided it'd be easier to blur our faces out. So if you hear any goos, guys, and cries off camera, that is why.
There is a baby here.
There is a baby.
So, anyways.
Zack and Cody!
Yes.
Zack and Cody is a TV show.
Hold.
Episode 10.
We're discombobulated.
Math camp.
Yes.
We were all sick, so you get, like, post-sick energy.
Yes.
But now we're all feeling better, too. So,
Mostly.
yes.
Which I am terribly sorry for. We had a plan for this new year, and it was started off straight, like, pretty good with the live stream.
Yes.
And then all we did
It
was
went-
the live stream.
It went to hell.
Yeah, all we did was that live stream. Did not party or anything. And we went straight to bed, woke up the next day feeling like Crayola.
Yep.
Crayola. There
See,
we
I
go.
was actually feeling fine until the end of my shift, and I was like, oh no, my voice is crunchy.
Yep. But anyways, we're on to Zack and Cody, episode 10.
Math camp. Jinx, you owe me a smile.
Okay. Did you realize that this was going to be the iconic episode that it was?
No.
Because I did not realize that it was the Prindle episode.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
did not realize that this was the Prindle episode until London brought up the driving.
Or the.
Okay. Okay. Y'all, I need to confess something. I've said it before on the podcast, but I wasn't really allowed to watch television in from starting in middle school up till high school. So that meant I had no recollection of Zack and Cody. And I only knew about the Prindle thing from Instagram vines.
Okay.
No, we grew up with the Prindle.
You were shaped by the Prindle.
I honestly really like this episode, though. And
Everyone loves this episode.
it's for different reasons, I feel like, besides the Prindle.
And the and the f.
But every time that still gets me cracking up. But I actually like this episode for a lot of different reasons, especially when Mr.Moseby is teaching London how to drive, because some of the things that he said, I know my family did not copy this, but my family has said the same thing to me when learning to drive a vehicle is driving a vehicle is something you have to take serious, it's it's not just the Prindle.
See, when I was learning to drive, the one thing my dad decided to instill in us is, remember, this is a weapon.
Yes,
A car can kill people.
exactly. My grandmother, every time I went to go drive, or whenever she was driving and I was asking questions about driving, she was just like, this is a weapon and you can kill someone with this.
Okay, so I didn't get this as a weapon. No, so these two might have been excited to drive. I was terrified. My first driving lesson was me sitting in my mom's car and crying. You might think I'm joking, but it took half an hour for me to lift my foot off the brake to go backwards. Took me half an hour.
See, I was gonna ask about this. Was what was everyone's experience to getting their license?
So I did driver's ed my senior year of high school and didn't get my license till Christmas break in between first semester and Jan term.
Yeah, because I remember you got your license during
During freshman
college.
year.
Yeah.
And For me, the weirdest thing about that, so I failed my initial drive test for stupid technicalities. And so when I redid my drive test, it wasn't scheduled, nothing. My dad, I was helping my dad at work, and he just goes, he saw like a driving school that we were that's like right next to his work or whatever with like some deal on drive tests. He goes, "Do you think right now you would be able to pass your driver's test if you were to take it right now?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably." He goes, "Okay," and brought me to the parking lot, paid for it, and off I went. No chance to think about it. And
so
driving
funny.
school, it was called 911 driving school. Not
Okay.
fun. And it was freaking cops.
No, okay.
I
So
went to that one.
So 911 driving school is where I took my driver's test exam and my written exam.
Oh my gosh, same.
Except my driver's ed was actually at my high school, my sophomore year in high school.
See, the school I went to was not 911. It was a local school called Defensive Driving School, and they did rent a classroom at my school to teach it and stuff. And that's where I passed my written, but passing my actual drive test was just an on the spot. Hey, let's go into 911.
Yeah, so obviously I grew up in a small town, and driver's ed in small towns is held at your high school. And it is an elective class you can take, and you have to pay $500 for it. So
That was not a class for us.
yeah. So my driver's ed was a high school credit class, and I paid $500, and my piano teacher's husband was my driver's ed teacher. He was also a math teacher at the high school, and his brother was the vice principal of the elementary of the school.
Fun.
Yeah, I've told you about this family though. Anyways, so it was kind of cool. And then I moved to Spokane, obviously, and my grandma was tired of, because I didn't get my license for like a year after driver's ed. And during this time, I was working at the country club in the summer, and my grandma got tired of picking me up from work at 1 a.m. So once I was done with school for the year, going into my senior year, my grandma said, I need to get my license. So during the summer, essentially, I can drive myself home. So that's where I went to 911.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. Let's see. So where we live, when you're 16, you can get a permit. I did not want to get a permit. I was forced to get a permit. And then that summer, I was forced to go to 911 driving school, which Sean said is run by like ex-cops, which is really cool. But I know my high school also had like a driver's ed program. And the only reason I know this is because one of my friends would text me during that class so they wouldn't fall asleep. But no, I barely passed my driver's test. The written one I got 100% on. The actual test itself I got like barely a C on, and that was because I was so anxious I threw out outside the window. Yeah. Shout out to my instructor though, who was like, I know you knew what you needed to do, and you were just in a ball of anxiety, you passed. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, no, my mom, the second I could drive a car was like, you are going to drive a car. And every single like male family member was like, you don't know how to drive a car? Well, I'm going to teach you how to drive a car, and I'm going to go driving with you.
I feel like every guy in existence is like that in some way, I feel like.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no.
I was so excited to learn how to drive. Also, I just wanted to add this in. It was very funny. The officer, like the instructor at 911, after my driver's exam, I got 100% on that one. But he was like, do you want to scare your mom and make it seem like you failed?
I love him already, or her.
Yeah, and so me and him, we went into 911, and my mom's sitting there, and she's just like, so how'd it go? And I go in with like the most distraught look on my face, just like, everything. And then he's like, ma'am, I just wanted to let you know that your daughter, unfortunately, she passed.
See, So like I said, my dad did it on the spot, no pressure, so none of my family knew about it at all. We passed, we were like, yay! And then we didn't tell anyone that it ever happened. He took the score sheet and literally just put it in this little box, like Christmas wrapped box, and stuck it under the tree to give to my mom as a Christmas present so she doesn't have to drive me around anymore.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Remember, since I got my license after high school, through all of high school, every band event, I needed a ride. Every sporting event, winter guard practice, everything I needed a ride for, and I'd have to like.
And not to mention the break from like Christmas break at school, like they had to come all the way over here.
Yep.
Which is not a short drive.
No, that's across the state.
Yeah.
And they're still doing that.
They want to. For the record, you're like, we can drive to come see you. And they're like, no, we are coming to come get you.
But no. See, so to bring us back over before we just continue talking about the awkwardness of all three of us driving.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I was like really excited to learn how to drive because like you're not supposed to, but my grandparents are members of a country club. And anyways, I would often be like their chauffeur on Friday whenever they had to watch me for the Friday night fights at the country club. But with that being said, I got to drive the golf cart and I loved driving the golf cart. So like for me, and then I also learned how to like drive a tractor on my grandfather's land. So for me, driving was something that like really wasn't an issue. It was just something I did. And like I really didn't have any worries about it when it came to getting my license.
I think that's really interesting that your family was kind of laissez-faire about it. Like, there was like no pressure. You see, with my family, before I could even step into a car, my uncles would like quiz me, like, what type of gas does your car take? What kind of engine does it have? What model? What year? How many miles does your car have? And I was like, I don't know. So it felt like, I don't know, extreme pressure. Oh, yes.
I mean, the only time it got pressured was when my grandma was picking me up from work and she's like, I can't do this anymore. So,
yeah, there was never pressure for me to.
Also, Casper Jr.'s asleep.
There was this weird moment, because
He's asleep.
so when I wasn't in high school, I considered myself a Christian. And
When you weren't, or when you were?
When I was.
Okay.
I considered myself a Christian.
That wasn't clear.
I remember I blew my parents' mind just this once. Because I never really felt that unusual excitement to drive because it was just never, that was never a big thing in my family about that because my parents were always so willing to drive us everywhere. And so my parents were like, oh yeah, do you want to do driver's ed or do you want to go to this youth summer camp and stuff? And I really wanted to go on the youth summer camp because out of all the summer camps for the youth group, I only ever got to go to one. I wanted to go to another while I had the chance. And I remember telling them I'd rather go to the youth summer camp. They're like, really? You'd rather go to this like week-long summer camp rather than drive? Or to drive? And I'm like, what's the big deal? And I remember in my head, I thought like I was being this like huge like righteous person, be like, I'm sacrificing for God. It was so awkward and cringy. But I mean, I still ended up taking it anyway because they're like, actually, we can't have you go. I'm like, well, then can I have the other option then? And I went to driver's ed.
Yeah, mine like was kind of mandatory, but kind of not. Like getting my license was always something that I looked forward to because I knew that like once I had my license, that like I could really do whatever I wanted. Like, and honestly, after I got my license, my family, like my mom, kind of stopped checking up on me. because I was mainly working all the time
Mm-hmm.
and still going to high school. So she was just like, oh, well, she's at work or she's at high school, which I was.
Mm-hmm.
And then during the weekend would go drive to Grand Coulee to go see my partner at the time, which was, as we all know, a horrible partner.
Sorry if I'm just staring at the screen. I'm actually staring at the baby sleeping because I don't get to see him from this angle very often.
See, I'm just curious if he's doing the lip, if I can see the lip thing on camera.
In his sleep, he sleep drinks.
I'm more like worried about my hair. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm more worried about my hair here than anything. So I'm sorry, Casper Jr. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube or like watching the video version of this, my hair, like I'm actually clean. I did take a shower today, but my hair looks really greasy. And if you all have female, like if you're a female and you have long hair and you understand this issue, I have psoriasis patches in my scalp. So I've been going through like using oil treatments at home after showers to like make sure like my scalp is getting hydrated enough and that it's getting the nutrition that it gets so that way it's not flaking as much. But then the issue that you have, if you can like see it over here, is that like the hair doesn't look as smooth and it just looks very greasy, which it is but isn't.
Yeah.
Like it's like supposed to be that way. It's like healthy greasy, but it doesn't
Yes.
come off that way.
And it looks horrible. So I'm like, I keep looking into the camera and I'm like, oh, what's the right way to have my hair not look like a mess? But it just looks like a mess right now. And
Anyways, back up to Zack and Cody. I recognize the episode. When I pulled it up earlier today to watch it, I recognized it. I recognized it immediately just based off of Cody going to math camp and knowing that Muriel was going to be driving like a crazy ass woman. That is the only way I remembered how. And I just find it really cute about how Zack missed his brother.
oh my gosh, yes. Okay, that was the one thing I also wanted to talk about, was just like I always thought it was so funny where he was like, my twin telepathy.
Okay, it kind of reminded me. So my siblings and I went to a Christian camp as well. It wasn't a summer camp. It was a summer camp, but like you didn't stay there the entire summer, if that makes sense. So we only stayed like a week at a time. And so I don't know how I started doing this, but whenever my siblings were gone, I missed them. So I would clean their rooms. I would clean their rooms while they were gone. So when they got back, they would have a clean room.
You're so nice.
Yeah, and my sister, there was like this thing on Disney where it's like prank your sibling and like you would fold their blanket so that way like when they would try to get in they could extend their legs all the way out because like it'd be folded like a quesadilla and their back would be laying down on the blanket and they couldn't push their legs through, and my sister loved it, so she requested I would do that every single time. Yeah. So I went gone wrong. I tried, but it turned out to be nice.
Leave it to you to be like, I'm gonna prick my sibling, and it ends up being a nice gesture, kind-hearted, like multiple times. Like, leave it to you to be the one that happens to.
So that's how I express missing my siblings. And I learned later that when my brother missed me, that he would sleep in my bed. I don't know how I feel about that.
My mom did that.
Well, that's kind of cute. I don't know.
My brother just threw all of his shit on my bed.
And we all
This is my room now.
I mean, we all miss people in different ways, but like that's how I missed my siblings when it came to like camp. And I'd write them like little notes and to put in their care packages.
So I never had camp in the summer where I was like gone for the whole week. Like I went to Christian camps, but it was like more of like a daycare type of thing.
VBS.
Yeah.
Vacation Bible school, baby.
Yeah, which my grandma used to be like the group
Mhm.
band, singer for VBS, and she used to hand draw all of the characters on these giant poster cards. I'm gonna need to go to my grandma's because she still has these,
Oh my God.
and they are great. But she would hand draw all of the characters and then hand draw all of the lyrics onto these giant boards, because this was at the time like where the church didn't have like not a lot of technology, but like the kids still needed to see what they were reading to sing. And so she would just like hand draw everything and
Bless her heart,
hand
man.
write everything. And
Bless her heart.
See, my siblings were never the ones to like go to the camps and stuff. It was always me because I had to have like band trips, so I'd be like gone for a weekend, or like we would have like our parade tours over like spring break, so it would be like gone over spring break and stuff. Like when I went to Disneyland and stuff, and yeah, they would like my parents would like miss me, but nothing would really be done to really show that other than hey, I'm home, hugs, whatever, you know.
I think that's because you're also kind of middle child in a way,
I'm the oldest.
but somehow you're weirdly got middle child.
I know.
You have middle child energy, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely do.
It's okay. I have youngest sibling energy, apparently.
Yeah.
Does that mean I give the older sibling vibes?
I don't know.
I don't know, because I'm actually an oldest and a youngest.
I'm an older middle child technically because I have a half sister.
Yeah,
We're not
that's
gonna.
decently older than me.
our
So, like,
families are.
I'm like we have weird families. too.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about my adoption family because that's just a mess.
But like, so I'm technically like an older middle child,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still the oldest of my immediate family.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
There was more that I was going to talk about with this, and then it just flew out of my head. Oh my gosh.
Did you guys have a blankie?
What?
Okay.
Cody's blankie.
Oh, no. Okay, thank you. We were going back on
You don't have
camp
big one.
things. Sorry, brain slightly interrupted.
Okay, so I didn't have a blanket, but I have a big horse that's named Big Horse. Listen, I was 5. I got it at a my neighborhood used to do this big garage sale that was like neighborhood wide, and I got this horse that was bigger than me at the time, and its name was Big Horse, and I brought it with me everywhere, to camp, to my grandparents' house. Yeah, it came with me everywhere, and that was my blankie.
I finally remembered what I was going to say now.
Hold on, did you have a blankie?
No.
For me, it was my Tsum Tsums.
For me, it was the longest time it was this Bratz pillow my mom made me. And it had like all the Bratz dolls on it, and it was purple, and like I think you saw it because I brought it to college, didn't I?
Probably. I helped you bring a lot of stuff into your room at college.
I
Yeah.
totally brought Big Horse to college. My mom was like, "You're gonna be the lame person on campus who still brings stuffed animals," and I was like, "I need Big Horse."
I used to bring stuffed animals with me every day of high school. I would like switch out my Tsum Tsums because of like they had like the Disney Tsum Tsums from the game. It was really popular when I was in high school, and so I would like constantly be getting some like new Tsum Tsums, and I would bring one with me every single day of school.
Oh, you should go get Thumper.
I have no way of getting over there.
Oh, well, I have a giant cuddly Thumper
She
that
loves Thumper.
I can't sleep without. It's like a pillow, but also like a stuffed animal, and so I hug that thing. Yeah.
All right, real quick, going back to vacation Bible school and camps, finally remembered what I was going to talk about. So my grandma used to be the music person, and then for a while it was just me there because then my grandma like left VBS, and then I became a camp counselor for preschool for several years. I still remember most of those songs today.
Oh my gosh, me too.
Don't look at me. I did not get to go to
Okay.
VBS.
I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. And I praise the Lord, my soul to keep. I just want to be a sheep, ba 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 ba. I don't want to be a hypocrite.
No copyright.
A hypocrite. I don't even know if this is copyrighted or not.
It's like very weird because there's 2 versions of Vacation Bible School, and yes, I'm gonna throw my theology degree into the mix right now. Ready? Hat thrown.
Mine was like Presbyterian Lutheran type of.
Oh, I mean, like, yes, there's like the different sections of like Christianity and like all that stuff. But usually there's two types of like vacation Bible school, because what you're really trying to do is you're trying to get one, kids out of the out of like doing mischief, two, out of parents' hair, and three, it's trying to like cast a wide net to bring families in, so that way they're like, oh, there's something happening at the church where I can drop my kids off. Oh, I like the community, I want to come in. So it's not like super tailored to anything. It's like a broad net Christianity. Like Jesus is a person who died for you.
I will say it is very introductory
It's
of who Jesus is and what the Christian faith is.
There's like an official like VBS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
there-
either like home. Think of it like a D&D. It's either homebrew and like you pick out the songs and everything like that, or there's like mass produced VBS.
Yeah, so the one that my grandma did like used to be the official one where like each day of the week everybody got like this new special character that was like Bubbles or something, and then like you had to watch these videos based off of whatever theme it was for the summer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with Chester the Chipmunk.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I love Chester the
Oh my
Chipmunk.
gosh. Okay, can I
Okay,
tell you?
Hey, can we get back to Zack and Cody?
Okay, but like
I also wanted to add how much I would love math camp.
oh my gosh, a math camp. I have a story to tell you about Chester
No.
either.
No.
I would love math camp. Let me
You're
tell
such a nerd.
Here's the thing. I would have loved like biology camp.
I will
Or
stick.
history.
I'll stick with my usual band camp.
Listen. If I had to go
Okay,
back,
Camp Rock.
he is a camper. Oh my god.
I will 100% though
Stop,
go to
stop,
this
stop.
math camp and be like, let's make a giant chain link of derivatives. There we go. I love making derivative links. Like, let me tell you, that is the best scheme you can ever do.
Is there such thing as a circumference of a moose?
Probably.
They said that they did that at the math camp, and I'm like, what?
Oh, fun fact, if you were looking in
It
the background of when Zach comes to get Cody, you can see like them like there's a whiteboard where they were working out like the process of finding the circumference of the moose. I think that's funny.
I think it depends. I think they were looking at like a specific spot on the moose, like maybe the hoof of a moose.
He just said circumference of a moose.
Okay, now I'd want to look at this more in detail. Let me join in let me go to math camp with them and join in on finding the circumference of a moose.
Okay, but like on the map camp, that guy that they have there, what's his name again? Warden.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
The weird nerdy kid that Cody and Tapeworm meet. I remember remembering him being like the creepiest guy ever, because like when Zach goes to visit him and like Maddie and London are there, he goes, "I got her," and Maddie's like, "You got none," and he goes, "Ooh, sassy, yeah, yeah." It's just so creepy.
You looked like a beaver during that.
It's almost like the kid off of Wizards of Waverly Place where he was like, "Give me a box stormy on like right."
Oh, I was thinking of
That little
I
kid.
was thinking of Hugh Enormous.
Oh, that's a good point too. Hugh Enormous is also that kind of weird, but
No, the I think the little kid you're talking about, the newspaper stand guy.
yeah, he shows up in a few
He
episodes.
shows up in a number of episodes, and I don't associate him more with the math nerd guy because he had this weirdly like cool mafia boss vibe to him.
Well, like the reason why like I was thinking of him was just because of like the crush that he had on Alex and how weird he was about it sometimes. That's
To be
when-
fair, everyone had a crush on Alex.
Alex had a crush on Alex.
That is true. There's an episode on that. The potions episode.
Yeah. I am the best person ever.
What are your thoughts on this episode, hon? You haven't been adding very much. You've been focused on baby.
Well, it's hard for Megan to be a parent and a podcaster.
I know, so I'm asking.
And
you
I
about it.
have been adding a lot, thank you.
I'm asking for your immediate thoughts, though. We've been running a lot.
Okay, here's the thing. I wouldn't have enjoyed math camp because I have a problem with working memory, which is I can't really do mental math. So I feel like math camp would not been my jam, but biology camp, sign me up. History camp sounds like fun. A book where you just read out in nature. Wait, that's just
So
Christian
you're gonna
camp.
join the cruise and go with go with Cody into the history class
Woo.
with Alex Russo, which is really just Harper.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this crossover.
Yeah.
Listen, me and Harper would just have the best time ever.
I could see you and Harper being really good friends.
Yeah. I'd be like third class best friend.
Okay, if you were going on a road trip with the Sweet Life cast, who would you rather have be the driver? London, Muriel,
Moseby.
I'm debating on whether or not I want to say Moseby. I'll say Carrie.
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 I'd be terrified, but I would want Muriel.
Okay.
At least I would have fun on the
Okay.
drive.
Okay, hold on. So I have to say something. So not Taylor Swift. Hold on. Hold on.
Ashley Tisdale?
Ashley Tisdale's character totally got like dragged on this adventure, right?
For no reason.
For no reason. Her outfits is so 2000s.
Oh my god,
So
Ashley Tisdale's the epitome of Y2K.
it hurt. Oh, hello, Nova.
Nope. You pissed him off.
I did.
Bye, Katie.
I did.
So yeah, no, the hat and the scarf combo. That hat was way too short.
Okay, so in my house the other day we were having a conversation over like generational cringe, and like they were going over the 90s low cut jeans and like
Low cut jeans.
the skin tight everything, and like, anyways, they were also going over other specific things, and there was one of them, I can't remember it now because I definitely, oh yes, men with the spiked hair.
What,
I
like mohawk?
Yeah, mohawk
Or in
spike.
sync, like spiky hair.
Yeah. I desperately hate spiky hair. And I don't know if any of you think that, but like if any generational thing that's gonna like really make me cringe, it was the 90s mohawk spiky hair with like red. And like I was just sitting there like cringing. And okay, so also my roommates are older than me. They're basically in their mid 30s. And they're just like, don't act like, like you would, like your generation didn't have its own cringe. And I'm like, I understand my generation is neons and tutus, but I think
Yeah.
that's better than mohawks.
Yeah, but I would prefer a mohawk over our cringy 2000s faux hawks.
It was just the spiked hair though, like where it goes really tall and there's that peak at the top.
Yeah, but then there's the faux hawks where it's like shaved and you still have the hair just down the middle, but it's just not like
Yeah,
gelled. It's not gelled at all, and so it's just bushy. It's just no.
Okay, but like I have one to trump all of y'all's. The guys who'd wear like boxers and have the pants sagging below the boxers.
gosh,
And that was a fashion trend. And whenever I think about it, I want to cry.
it's now just like, isn't it now just like more of like a gang trend? Because I've now like, I don't know if this is just me, and I can see there being controversy around this, but like where I grew up, like that kind of started to become of like you were associated with like not good things in your life because your pants were hanging down really low, and it was a way of like stashing bottles into your pants and things like that.
I don't mean to be laughing at this, but Nova was literally licking my foot.
Yes.
And it tickled. I'm sorry.
I was watching this and I can attest to it. It was kind of funny. But
I would agree with that. Because to my knowledge, when I saw it and heard about it, it was something that stemmed from prison pants because
yeah.
people in prison would like wear their pants so low. And I know like people when I was in middle school is when it was like really like trending. And there'd be guys that would actually be like doing it like with their underwear, or if they would get in trouble, they would wear shorts under their pants and do it with their shorts.
Yeah. So in school, it was more of like a shorts thing, and then they would wear their pants down low. But in public, it would just be with their underwear and their pants down low. But often, people would go into the store and like use that as a way to stash a bottle down their pants or whatever because it's baggy and like think of it like as a movie theater type of thing, you know?
I was just thinking that too.
like your pants is your bag. It's a movie theater, except it's for thievery. But please don't do that. Oh gosh. I think being an assistant store manager, I had to deal with this a few times where people are like wearing their pants baggy and they would steal stuff and put it down in their pants. It's really awkward.
And nasty. Just nasty.
Yeah, I can tell you this that I did not put any of that stuff back on the shelf and I just went and did like I didn't even discount it. I just took the zebra and I was like I am just taking this off the floor because I don't even want to know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want there was this one time a girl came in and she I don't know how she did this, but we found out her clothes were scattered all around the store. And she took off her clothes and put on a sundress. And then, like, a sundress from the store, though. So not only did she just change her outfit, she stole one of the outfits from the store. And then once we caught her, um, she was walking out of the store and, like, this girl's very skinny, but somehow a can of corn fell out from in between her dress.
I can tell you where it was.
Except she's like
No.
she's smaller than a size 0.
No. Just nope.
So where
I can
did
tell.
it hide?
I can tell you where it was. I'm not gonna say no.
This will be an after conversation after
Except
the
I don't think
podcast.
that's where it could. I'm sorry, because like the body and how big the can of corn was.
Okay, so next topic.
Sorry, friends, just weird things.
How do you think London managed to pass her written test?
I have one thing that I can tell you. Money. Money can buy almost anything.
Do you think she bought her way out of her test?
Yeah.
Or she
Because it's
annoyed them.
Prindle.
Or she annoyed it out of them.
Okay, in all honesty, calling it the Prindle,
It's not the worst thing in the world.
it's so helpful. Because
you have the
park, reverse,
first,
neutral, drive, and low.
Yeah. The Prindle. Honestly, I would not be upset if I went into driver's ed class and they were like, the Prindle. I just realized you could totally edit in the Prindle right there. Like that was a nice even gesture for the Prindle. But
But no, that. Would you want Mosby as your driver's ed teacher?
yeah.
Oh, my favorite part was the last part of the episode where there's like Carrie and like Ashley Tisdale and Zach and Mosby in London and Mosby's like, so I tend to be a little what was his exact quote?
Overcritical?
Overcritical. And
everyone just like says another word from that sentence, just over, a bit, a tad, critical.
And he's like, okay, fine. And I think my favorite part of the entire episode is he turns completely to London. It says, London, I am so sorry. And I may have shed a tear because we need to normalize adults apologizing to children.
Actually, maybe I wouldn't want Mosby as my driver's ed teacher because Mosby kind of acts the same way that like my mom did in a way. Because when my mom, like if I drive with my mom, she's 100% a side driver, and I like shit you not that she goes there and she's like every time.
So I something I love so much when it comes to Mosby teaching London to drive is how when London tells Mosby that, yep, she got her permit and stuff, and he's like happy for her. And she goes, oh yeah, my friend is going to be teaching me. And he goes, isn't that the friend that drove the yacht into ports 10, 11, and 12? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, no, I'm going to teach you. Mr. Tipton didn't tell him to. She didn't ask him to. He was like, no, I'm going to teach you. I was the one who taught you to walk. I taught you how to ride a bike. I am teaching you how to drive. And I just love that he like emphasized like, no, this is my role in your life.
And I know we've mentioned this before on the podcast, but like I really love how this theme shows multiple times in Zack and Cody that like family doesn't have to be biological to be your family, because we see in this series multiple times again that Mr. Moseby is that father figure for London.
And we see that all the way through to the very last episode of Sweet Life on Deck.
Don't make me cry.
Too bad.
Listen,
You've
don't do
got
it.
Casper Jr. in your arms, and you're just thinking about the world and the opportunities you're going to give Casper Jr. and all the love and support and everything in between. And how being a parent, you will guide Casper Jr. into their life to be a proud young human being for themselves.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You know how people are cute when they cry? I learned I'm ugly when I cry. I just get like triple chins.
I don't know. Right now, I got my family cheeks going on today.
Let's see, my facial hair is on point today.
We're all worried.
Okay, stop checking yourselves out in the monitor. I think we're done with the episode.
Yeah.
We're only at 41 minutes.
Yeah, it's about normal for these episodes.
I mean, yeah, that is fair. But I feel like this is generally like going pretty well.
This is
Like,
okay.
I'm
Do you have
not
anything
ready.
else?
I just don't want to be done podcasting. Let me tell you, I'm having a great time right now.
But we have to edit, and I have to go to bed because I've work tomorrow.
I have work tomorrow.
Work buddies.
Childcare buddies.
Oh yeah, you get to be home.
Yeah, so I'm off of maternity leave, and he's on paternity leave, so he gets to deal with Lynn all day tomorrow.
And I don't have any children of my own.
Percy.
Yes, I have my cat, and I work at home tomorrow, and my
If you
cat's
want-
going to be asleep on the bed.
If you want to see the cat, check out the Lion King episode.
Oh, yes, because he does peek out of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to see my cat, go check out the Lion King episode.
And if you want me to send pictures of animals, send them to our email. But if there's a spider or a scorpion, say for Megan only.
We will eventually get back to recording Mufasa, by the way. We have watched it.
We watched it.
We have opinions, very strong opinions.
Yes. Yes, we do. Just some things had occurred, and which was us getting sick.
In holidays.
And holidays.
Yeah.
So
We should go before Casper Jr. screams out the microphones.
Yep.
Bye!
Bye.